Alright. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Yeah, like, look at this. Obviously you want to come check this out, you know. It's so obvious. So, yeah. But, you know, I guess good job of the game, like, not calling it out too much, just reminding you that there has been a suspicious handprint. Yeah, fun stuff. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different handprint. So, let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. What about this right here? This smudge looks kind of like a fingerprint. No? Okay. It's probably the thumb, right? Let's try what happens if we try the pinky. Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. Huh? How do you do that? With enter, see? Ah! It looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E. Exciting, I know. I wonder if on the DS you used the microphone, like, function of the DS to do this part. It seems very, like, there were so many, like, things where you have to, like, blow or interact with the microphone in various DS games. I kinda have an inkling that that's the case. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks like fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine. It won't go up your nose or anything. We just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I'd better give it a try. Cool. I do like it because she was talking in one skit earlier about wanting to get a fingerprinting set, so... Alright. Uh-huh. 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 Aha! You did it! You found one! But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. And now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely, it seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Huh. Fingerprints outside the blood. Oh, so we can't... That is weird. I thought I'd get like well, that... Because this is a really unclear print. I thought we would fail from this and we'd have to do the thumb, which one's the obvious print. So I'm a little perplexed that that actually progressed things. I hope I didn't, like, screw us out of the good ending. I don't think this game has anything like that, but I really, now I'm a little worried. I bungled things up. Oh well, anyway. Let's get to work. Achoo! Now that looks like a fingerprint. Achoo! Yeah, this is kind of a fun mechanic. It's probably, yeah, I don't know. Probably a little more like, wow, cool, if you are actually using a DS and blowing on the microphone. And you're probably tapping on the screen to put the powder down, and then you're blowing into the microphone. But this functionality in the PC is fine too. Ahua. Oh, look at that. We're like trying to fill in the little smugly bits there. Smudgy, smoogly bits. There we go.
Yay! A print so clear it's dazzling.
Dazzling?
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? This is quite a process.
Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right?
I guess she's right.
You know, I was gonna say, Phoenix should know this stuff. But, you know, quite honestly, the defense attorney is not normally supposed to do investigating, so I guess this really wouldn't be in his area of expertise, how to do this. I imagine he'd have to know how to compare fingerprints, though. That seems like a very important work for a defense attorney, but it's fine.
Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker?
Okay, oh, that's cool. There's like a compare meter. Hold on, let's go. Comparing. Boing. Boing. 3 points of identity. No comparison found.
No match.
Oh, come on! How am I supposed to guess whose they are?
Isn't it obvious? The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. They most likely belong to the owner of this evidence locker. Something wrong?
I was just thinking, if you're so sure who it is, why don't you match the fingerprints?
Mr. Wright, I was doing this for your benefit so you'd learn.
Fine. Let me think. Who could have left these prints?
Yeah, let's go to the right one, obviously. And that's cool. You could actually compare the picture as well. That's kind of cool. Just like visually look and see, like, yeah, that looks like it. A lot of effort went into this, honestly, coming up with these fingerprints. Points to the developers for making this. I like how involved it is. But yeah, of course, it's Gumshoe's locker, so that's the one it's gonna be. Ooh, yeah, look at all those data points. Correlation. 16 points.
Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look.
I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time. But there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out.
What's the other handprint in this room? I don't remember. We're gonna have to spray that other bloodstain. I don't remember if that was a handprint.
This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right?
Right! There was a handprint here.
Okay, good. I remember there was a bloody mark here. There was blood here, but I kind of forgot it was a handprint shape. But sure, kind of the obvious place for it.
Okay, wanna try using this?
There go our eyes sparkling again.
Of course we're gonna do it. It's, what else are we gonna do?
Okay, let's check for prints.
That's the spirit. Oh, but I have to warn you about something first.
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it using chemical means.
Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too.
Oh, right. So that means no prints.
Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Don't ask me.
Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand.
Okay, yeah, look at this. Look at this big old blood smear here. Well, I was gonna first say I'm not sure we're gonna find those, but I just remembered. These lockers are thumbprint activated. I'm hitting dust, enter to dust, but nothing's happening. Hold on. What's that all about? Hold on, I'm just having to redo this again. What's happening? It says enter to dust. It's not changing yellow either, the like reticule. Nothing's happening when I hit dust. That's annoying. Oh, hold on. Oh, I see. So I think we're supposed to find like the spot of the hand that isn't, you know, bloody, you know. Like that would have been ignored. The hand, the finger that wasn't bloodied up, so it would have been overlooked. Okay, that's pretty clever. I like that. That's pretty good. I thought the game was broken for a second. I was getting a little spooked, but okay, yeah, now I get it. And my whole thumbprint analyzer thing was a red herring. But I wouldn't be surprised if that comes up later, now that we're doing this fingerprinting stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if we have to dust one of those thumbprint readers. It seems too obvious, you know, thing. So, let's just put some aluminum powder down. I'm not sure, is it bad to get that in your nose or not? I'm a little unsure. If, like, you know, because they were joking about breathing it in. I don't think aluminum is super healthy for you, but I don't know what happens if you get this in your throat and your lungs.
I gave it my best shot.
That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it?
But it doesn't look like we'll get a clearer result from this print.
Okay, let's try using a different finger then.
Okay, well we got, that was like the, I think that was the ring finger, so now we just have to get the thumb, not the ring, the pinky would be here. I think this was the thumb here. I know how hands work. Actually, I got that one, actually, so we gotta go to the one that's, looks like there's a second spot here. Let's see. Ahoo! Oh, look at this. Now, how did they miss this one when this one was closer to the bloody finger mark? I don't know. Okay, but this should be exciting, because now we actually need to compare the images. No? Okay. There we go. Yeah, because now we don't have any idea. Meekins, maybe? No, it's a little bit off, no. Officer Marshall? That's it? What in the world? 16 points of correlation. The bloody hand was Marshall's? Hey, these fingerprints, they... Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? Marshall's fingerprints found on a bloody handprint left in the evidence room. The print had been wiped.
That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma, This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints.
Yeah, that's a lot of blood for him to have on his hand so randomly. Yeah, it's a little weird.
The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place.
Oh! Oh!
So, we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain.
It could still be a red herring, but like, man, it's a very weird one then for him to be that bloodstained on his hand.
But why would Officer Marshall...
It looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results.
Oh...
I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it.
Oh my god, and to be continued. Good heavens. Such a dramatic twist. Does that mean we're about to get thrown into another trial sequence? Oh boy. I do not feel like I am ready to roll with a trial situation, but here we are. In the court. Oh boy.
So, what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all...
Oh, Lana. Oh. The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes.
Lana!
Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. Probably on the different end of the questioning, though. But good to have training for that.
So how'd it go?
It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
A plea bargain? What do you mean by that?
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't see capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
But Lana, don't tell me you...
Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
What kind of trace evidence?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky?
Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright.
Damn.
This is like... Oof. Remember when we were pinning the crime on, Ms. Oldbag just to buy time during the Steel Samurai case? Like, this is that, but it just feels a little grodier. Like, Marshall's been set up as a bit of a victim, got demoted and, booted off the SL9 case, and, he's been, kind of put down in some sense, and now we're gonna, accuse him of murder. But, I mean, for all I know, he did it. It's a bloody handprint. That's certainly damning.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is...
I'm afraid you'll have to clarify.
It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time.
But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow, This is one messed up trial. Yeah, Phoenix is just like summing up what we all feel about this insanity.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what set Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand.
For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department.
I knew it. It seemed like Officer Meekins was the obvious one to put here. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. It's not that crazy. I do think you normally do question murder suspects in a trial as well. There's been oddly little of that in this game, honestly. I mean, Edgeworth was being questioned at one point. He gave his testimony, so, you know, for DL6, so, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know why they're so shocked by it, but sure, let's go.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir! I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir! My occupation is, that would be murderer, sir! Oh. Oh. So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir! I'm the one who did it! I'll never kill anyone again, sir! You've got to believe me, sir! Actually, what we'd like to... Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir! A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Help me, sir!
Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir!
Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order.
Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. Wow, I was gonna say a little bit earlier, but I was seeing how this plays out, but I love this gags about Meekins' generation. Oh my god, what a roast. Part of me feels personally attacked, but I'll take it.
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
So, what is his testimony like?
Crime report, sir. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So, the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. Is he related to the Doomslayer? What that's a weird family motto. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Sounds like we are going to be pressing him. Oh, been a while since we did these. Now, let's go. First, see what Phoenix and Emma confer between each other.
This is what he was telling us yesterday.
Well, we need to try and skim some more details from him. For starters, what was an officer from the General Affairs Department doing in there in the first place?
Right, let's press him for all he's worth.
Let's go.
So, it's not my normal duty. I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day.
Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not?
Yes, sir! I am in charge of hiring new recruits, sir!
Yikes, now there's a scary thought.
Well, I guess it's good for weeding out people not ready for the job if it's like,
Hello, I'm going to be the officer in charge of you!
and it's like, nope, I think I'll get a different job. Whoa, 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 whoa. Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir!
The Blue Badger?
Yes, sir! The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir!
There he is, our hero.
I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir!
That was a lot of blinking from the judge. I love it.
I see. Sounds like a very, important mission.
After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room.
Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Okay, so he was bringing the Blue Badger down there. Interesting, interesting. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room.
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck.
So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right?
There it is! I found it! This is the one right here!
Could you please read us the number?
Yes, sir! It's 498-9596. That's my number, sir.
I see. Huh? But the number 498-9596 is shown as being used twice.
Please explain, witness. See, this is amazing, because I was like, whoever it is, it's weird that they went in twice. And if it was Officer Meekins, which it turned out to be, that's doubly weird, since he was knocked out, and I think his testimony implies he only was there the one time, so what the heck?
It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room, and the second time is when I went to get him after everything settled down.
I see. So it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen.
Huh. Now, I have to point out, this might be a false thing I'm going through here, but I have to point out I find this a little weird. Do not hit E. Whew. Bruce Goodman and Mike Meekins went inside at the same exact minute. Now, what is that all about, do you suppose? Is it possible? I guess it's possible that in a minute he would slip in, then Officer Meekins would show up, and then he would spot him on the camera, but I don't know, I'm a little spooked by how tight the timing is there.
So, you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir! A knife!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you? What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into.
That's when I reacted, sir! I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand.
Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be...
When I saw the Let's try again. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar.
By the way, I just realized I've been getting really engrossed here. I didn't realize we're basically getting close to the end of the episode here, so I think we will finish doing the presses, and then I will stew on what we've learned, and then we will try to figure out what our next move is on moving this case forward. But let's do the presses now for now. Let's not Let's not leave those undone.
What exactly do you mean when you say you did it?
I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him.
You took his knife?
I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
See. He must have been desperate.
The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. Then the next thing I knew...
Yes?
He punched me right in my face, sir!
And he passed out, and he was awoken by another officer. Who is this other officer?
About what time did you regain consciousness?
No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious.
Oh, right.
According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain.
That's nice, and I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir.
Your mission?
Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand.
Well, we can all rest easy now.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
He's got a point.
Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir.
The chief?
Delivered it?
What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir! That's absolutely right, sir! A videotape, sir! It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape, and was told it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Oh, poor Officer Meekins.
Looks like the communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me.
A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into?
Okay. I was not ready for an actual video, you know. But then again, power of the DS. Well, that looked like Goodman's trench coat. And I can't help but notice we've yet to see his face. What fell from his hand just now? You saw something fall from his hand. Was it the glove? Oh! Now that's mysterious. Well, he was supposed to be passed out there, yeah. Wait a bloody second. Was there something weird just now there between the shelves, or did I imagine? I'm not 100% sure. Oh, Edgeworth.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us?
I don't know, but I'm going to call it here, so we'll have to stew on all of that for next time. Oh boy. gonna take... I hope we can, like, maybe not frame by frame, because that would be a lot of frames, but I hope there's, like, you know, key moments from that video that we can look at and kind of point out, like, what's going on here. Like, I think that was the glove falling, and I could swear it looked like there was a trench coat between the two shelves, you know? Was I imagining things? Or was I just, you know... Well, but of course, how would he have gotten there? I don't know. Maybe I'm being... Maybe I am going on false leads. I really hope we can watch the video a second time, you know? Well, to be honest, I'm recording this so I can just watch it on my own later. I'll try to do that. I'll try to remember to do that, is have a look at the video for next time for a second go. But, yeah, we will try to work out what the mystery here is next time. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you all later. Bye-bye!